See, this one right here, I'm going straight into. I don't even want to waste time with an intro because a mother that is a narcissist, I believe to be one of the worst things on this planet. The principality, even behind that type of being, is very strong and very destructive. And when it comes to the male narcissist and his mother, they use women as a surrogate for what they perceive to be their child. And most people have observed that these two individuals have a very weird relationship. There's a strain on the end of the child's part, a lot of times from neglect, a lot of time from belittling or from over coddling. The way the male brain is even wired, coddling is something that would be a danger because it is a hindrance to the development. And on speaking from a primal level, which a lot of men operate from, that becomes a threat, and anyone that engages in that behavior around them, they will also destroy along with the other people. A lot of times the narcissist mom believes continually enabling him and coddling him will save her from rejection and abandonment that she imposed upon him in his childhood a lot of times. And as her child grows, most especially, pay attention, most especially if they had a period of separation where maybe he lived with his father, or he lived with his grandmother, or he lived with other family members, or whatever it may be. If they had a separation, especially for long periods of time, there's going to be that resentment there. And not only that, beyond the emotional incest, the male narcissist's mother has an attraction to him that is romantic. She is a lot of times physically attracted to her own son, which helps her even further sabotage any of his relationships, even if they are not particularly romantic. She's just in fear of all and any feminine energy in his proximity. So it's even worse if you have a daughter for him, but it does not matter. A child for him in general, her objective, that spirit in her, that spirit that's operating within her. And these mothers, a lot of times, they're so covert with it, right? So unless you two are, let's say you're married and she's in the house, you will really get to see the ins and out of that principality that is working through her. It is almost as if it is desperate to achieve taking your child away from you, or causing strain in the relationship between you and your child. And her son is and I do not want to put the blame on a woman. I know we feel like we put so much blame on a woman, but we have to understand a mother is so powerful. Your mother holds the key to your subconscious mind, which influences your conscious actions. So your mother just being lackluster in your life, or negative, or belittling you, or being absent, can cause you to consciously self-sabotage yourself time and time again. Okay? It causes people-pleasing characteristics. It can cause resentment and all other things. So I don't want to act as if we need to blame the mother or the woman completely for this man's actions, but it's the enabling that makes things worse. It's the enabling and how she utilizes her son, and how her son utilizes her to abuse women. So like I said, be careful with this spirit, especially during this time, because if you are spiritually attuned, you can see how thirsty these entities are to reproduce. So what you want to do is, before that is the case, or if that is the case already, you have to get ready to fight in the spirit. You have to get ready to fight hard so that it translates over to the flesh. You have to be ready to fight these two, because they're one of the worst pairs, if not the worst pair of narcissists. That grandmother did not raise that child, and even if she or her children were in the home, she looks at your child as an opportunity, a second chance at life, a way to enhance and keep her son in a trauma bond, a way to continue to be connected to him, because she knows that he shares some type of underlining resentment for her. based upon decisions she made early in her life, some which may be beyond her control, whatever the case may be. So when you're dealing with these two individuals, you have to be mindful that this narcissist and his mother want you to be the surrogate. They view your child as their own. And a lot of times all he's going to do is just drop the child off with the mother and let her do whatever it is that she will, without even paying attention to the fact that she didn't even have the decency to raise him. And regardless of whether she's married or she's single, this woman focuses so much attention and time on her son that she has no time to focus on her own husband, who a lot of times is seeking out younger women on these dating apps, Seeking Arrangement, Tinder, all these different dating apps. A lot of times, even within her relationships, another dynamic with these women that are narcissists is when they're married, they will allow their partner to seek out younger women in some name of a false foundation of polygyny, where she knows she will be envious and she knows that she will have issues with you. She will allow this to take place instead of leaving a toxic situation, instead of separating herself if it's not working, instead of being a positive example, instead of telling her son and having the shared experience with women to say, this is not right, this is what you do, or this is not what you do, or being a pathway to be a positive influence in her grandchild's life and working alongside with the mother and seeing the patterns within her son. Instead of doing that, she allows and orchestrates the abuse so that she can feel some sort of power and control.